Hello, everyone, and welcome inside the JNS Auto Sales Sports Talk Live and Local, where we never have fun with this show. It's always, just monotone. There's no laughing, no cut up whatsoever. I don't even know why we're doing it, other than we just want to look at each other. So I'm just kidding. Thanks to our sponsors, TJ Regional Health, United Citizens Bank, Lindsey Wilson College, our title sponsor, JNS Auto Sales. We come to you each Wednesday here on 1270 AM and 1019 FM, CBS Sports Radio, WAIN. You also can follow us on Facebook at WAIN 1019 FM and 1270 AM, and on YouTube at WAIN Radio. We're live on YouTube. If you're watching us, I'm sorry, they changed the camera angle, and you can see my shiny dome, so I apologize for that. They also archive these, so if you're driving along and don't want to pull out your phone yet, you can always go back and watch them. I will not be going back and watching them, but if you want to, you can look for us on YouTube at WAIN Radio, and also don't forget to follow us on our website. Man, there's a lot of places to follow us. Just so you know, 1019wain.com. You can also download the app free of charge in the Apple Store and Google Play. Just search WAIN Radio. All right, so that's everything. I've got to. We always start with Adair County sports, and we're going to do that here in just a moment. This is what in the radio business, television business, that they call a teaser. I am going to pat my good friend John Shelley on the back here in our second, or maybe it's our third segment, because he said something that was so brilliant that I overlooked last week, and I've got to give him his props. So I'm going to make everybody, it just gives you a reason to stay around if you didn't have a good enough reason. Alongside John Shelley, Scott Bennett, I'm Chris Wells. Gentlemen, baseball, softball, it's in full swing now at the Adair County High School level.
It is, and such a positive going on with baseball. That new facility down the left field line, it adds to the glamour and the beauty of the field, which was already beautiful. But we got a good product out there. The guys are 5-3. Big win yesterday over Monroe County, a run rule, 15-0. Had a tough loss, district loss at Camelsville. Squeezed in between. We also had the Clinton County game, which was a 13-1 win. So just dominating performance in the two run rules that we've both had on the radio. The Camelsville game, we read the recap on the Game Changer, and it was pretty obvious kind of what happened. It looked like Adair County hit into a lot of tough luck, hit a lot of balls on the line right at people. Only gave up one hit, got beat 2-0, but we walked 8 people. So
yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, the one hit I think was timely. I think maybe a couple bunts. It looked like a sac fly, and
if it was Camelsville, I guarantee there's a couple bunts.
Short end of a 2-0 score, but get to avenge that loss tomorrow as Camelsville comes over here. So they're doing a 2-game the district series per week. So
that sounded like a prediction there.
I
mean, he did say avenge. I'm just saying.
Trying to avenge. I mean, you hit into tough luck.
But you didn't say try. You said avenge that loss.
I mean, we're going to. We're going to avenge it. But, they've got a really good pitcher, Eastridge, that we haven't seen. And
I'd say we'll see him tomorrow.
Could.
The second game is the tiebreaker game. So, in all reality, the second game is the most important of the series, because if you get any tiebreakers at the end of the year, then I would guess that we'll see. I don't know that for sure, but if I had to make any prognostications, I would say it'd be a good chance.
Adair County getting some good early pitching. Jake McQuarrie got his second win last night. He's 2-1. I thought he had command of the strike zone, throwing 3 pitches for a strike. Maybe walked 1 or 2 guys is all. Isaac Rogers, a younger underclassman, has had 2 games, Scott, where he's thrown a no-hitter and gave up 1 hit. So he's kind of maybe the guy that could I don't know. Definitely probably in the rotation. Of course, Coomer, they got Brayton Coomer starting to get hot at the plate, but he's also an arm that can throw. He had 4 hits at Metcalf the other day. He hit his first home run, and they said it was an absolute mammoth shot. Of course, Scott knows his brother, my son, played for the Mustangs over there, and it's a very deep park, and hit it way over the road out in center field. He hit his second home run last night into a wind that was blowing left to right. He hit it basically left center field against the wind, into the wind, and it got out of there pretty quick. So he started to swing a hot bat. Got in late with basketball and getting his timing down, but Bryce Russell swinging it, Jake McQuarrie swinging it. I really like some of the arms in the outfield. I like the double leadoff with Aiden Smith. Been hitting in the 9-hole. He runs real well. He plays shortstop. Got some youth with Jasper Kemp playing second. Bodie Richards handling the catching duties. Of course, Connor Lloyd, straight out of basketball, plays center field. So they've got some good options. You know, I think they will improve as the year goes on. I think they're a team that's they're pretty young too, and that's what I've seen.
Yeah, that's basically what I've heard. I've not been to. I went out there to a few innings of a game earlier in the season, and I've kind of been away from it, but just kind of keeping up on Game Changer. By the way, if anybody of the baseball people's listening, please add me as a fan. I've requested it 3 times so I could keep up with box scores. So I like to see the scores. I don't look at the stats on KHSAA, but like you said, John, the key to this team, they're young. They just need to grow as the season goes on and try to improve every game. And it looks like to me so far, pretty much, maybe the Camelsville game got away from them a little bit. They've kind of beat who they're supposed to beat and got defeated by probably teams that are better than them at this point in time of the season.
So 5-3, and got Campbellsville tomorrow.
5 o'clock tomorrow. Campbellsville, second game of the district play with Adair County and Campbellsville, and you mentioned that this one's I mean, obviously every game's important, but this one's just a little bit more important.
Oh yeah, it's a tiebreaker, and we saw how that tiebreaker worked last year. I mean, I always thought it was the first game, and that's what shocked me when we played Marion County over there in the first game of that, and they didn't throw the Hutchins kid. Well, couldn't find out that's the reason they didn't, because the second game was a tiebreaker, and by them defeating us in that tiebreaker, it kept us out of the 1 seed. So the second game is important, and I'm anxious to see. I do know that Coomer came in and threw a little bit over at Campbellsville. So I'm not sure if and Jake threw yesterday, so I'm not sure if Coomer comes back tomorrow or how he plays it. So it'd be interesting to see. But obviously the key to that Campbellsville team, you got to throw strikes. I mean, they're young too. I mean, I will say that they got a young squad for the most part too, and I mean, it's disheartening to lose 2-0 to give up 1 hit. And when you had, what we say, 8 hits, I think we had, and hit a lot of just bullets
Give
at
up
people.
8 walks, yeah.
And that's the part that John, we've talked about it before. And in high school baseball, and Chris College may be the very same way. In high school, especially, a walk and an error are almost automatic runs. It just seems that way.
Seems that way.
And when you put that many people on base freely, it's hard to hold.
It's demoralizing.
It is.
I mean, it really is.
And Chris, before we go to softball, we were supposed to have that game tomorrow on 1270, but the Reds open up tomorrow. So with the contract, so they're on the 1270 side, and we were going to do a Facebook, or not a Facebook, a YouTube stream, so people could watch it, because we can't go to the FM side. Well, there's an internet issue out there with carrying it. So right now, I think plans have changed. We're not covering the game tomorrow.
Okay.
It's a good reason for people to go out and watch it in person. It's supposed to be a fairly nice day tomorrow, I think. So it'd be a good day to get out there and watch some.
John, do you like the Tuesday? Actually, it was Monday, then Thursday. You like that much time in between these series with your district opponents?
You know, I was in the era where we played the 3 games, and it was always a back-to-back, a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday, where they came to you and you went to them, or vice versa. It's okay. It's okay. I just would. I can't get you. If you're just playing them twice, I don't really know why we're doing it the same week. You know, it's like the old, home and away.
To force different pitchers? Is that the reason?
That. I'm like John though. I like when they play, and I know the coaches voted it out. It's the reason they're not doing it anymore. The coaches had a vote on it and voted it out. But I always like the 3 games. We play Monday, Tuesday, Thursday most of the time. Sometimes it was Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and the one thing it does automatically, it eliminates all tiebreakers, because there's an odd number of games. So there's, I mean, I'm sorry, it eliminates ties. There's tiebreakers built into it, no matter what
Right.
happens. And so that's one reason I liked it. And the other reason I liked it was to me, it shows the power of a team. I mean, even if you have two great arms, you play in a third game, somebody else is going to have to pitch. So I mean, it's
Or I can be the devil's advocate. If you don't have a lot of pitching, it can be brutal on you. Like Taylor County, I don't know if you've all looked at their line scores, but they've run-rolled everybody. They're putting up huge numbers. I was in the area where we had a couple good arms. Like Scott said, we didn't have that third, fourth, and fifth really good arm. And so that last day you're running on fumes, that last game
Sure.
of that series, and you're at a little bit of a disadvantage.
So Campbellsville tomorrow, 5 o'clock at the high school. John, I know this is one of your favorite events of the year. The Greene County Wood Bat Tournament is over the weekend over in Greene County, weather permitted, I guess. But
Sounds
you really love
Oh,
that.
I love it. I love that ballpark over there with that old, it's kind of the Hoosiers of baseball. You know, that old grandstand and the
So them and Glasgow both have that wooden
Hey, there used to-
surround, and Glasgow's burnt. So
Yeah.
Greene County's really the only one left now that's got that old kind of surrounds covered. It's really neat.
they've always got a great concession stand over there. The aroma of the food there.
What do they
It's
have?
a great-
It's right beside the visiting
it.
dugout too, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, that's
and then
the-
you got the American Legion Hall like right next door.
Yeah.
So I'll just leave it at that. And I played American Legion baseball, so I'm all for that. But you know, it's just a great place to go watch a ball game. Great park. It used to be Little League games going on. You know, just a big crowd down there, and it takes a pretty good ball to get out of there.
And depending on which way, I mean, it's supposed to be very, very windy Saturday. So depending on which way it's blowing, it could be a mess over there. If it's blowing straight in, you probably get lucky getting one out of the infield.
And
That's it.
Milby's coaching now over there at Greene County.
Yeah.
He was a rival for Greene County when his brother and my son played.
Went to Ohio
So,
State and played.
went to Ohio State.
Blew his arm out. So
So people want to know this, so I'm going to ask it. It's nearly impossible for you to eat during a basketball game because there's so much action. Are you able to eat something during baseball? Because there's a lot of downtime.
There's a little bit of tweak to that.
Okay, I'm interested.
We got there yesterday at 4 o'clock set up, 5 o'clock first pitch. There's a little more prep with baseball, as you know. You got to get the lineups.
Yep.
You know, a lot of stuff going on. So snuck down and got me a burger about 4:30ish. Went on the air about 4:45. So I really wasn't on the air. It was prior to going.
But can you? Are you got? I mean, I know you got
fully
game.
vested. Yeah, fully vested in enjoying that burger. Yeah, I don't.
now here's what I think: can you eat during the game?
That's hard to do.
Oh no!
I think you can.
I think you
So I
can.
got all the
I
confidence in the
don't
world in you.
believe
I mean,
that.
it's kind of like a deal where Scott's got to read 2 or 3, of our sponsors. You know, while I'm trying to get a bite in. Hey, you read this one, so I can
What about
eat.
sunflower seeds? Can you do sunflower seeds?
Yeah, I
later?
can do those. Yeah, and I can do the coffee pouches too, not the snuff pouches, but the coffee.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no clue what those are, but that's okay.
It's just straight coffee.
Oh.
It's caffeine.
Okay.
So Scott got me hooked on those. So,
I got to think that Austin probably could have a small meal because I'm hearing some of the stories you're telling. They can go in depth, and so it takes. Austin may not get a word in edgewise. Is that right?
that's right. Actually, last night it was so cold. I shouldn't tell.
How
this
cold
on
was
the
it?
air. Oh, it was so cold that I traded a cheeseburger for
Oh no.
a hooded sweatshirt. Zach Davis, Scott knows who he is. I said,
Oh, my
Zach,
goodness.
I'll buy you a burger if you give me that sweat. Because he was saying how hot he was, and I was like, I am freezing to death. So I got the I'm a try. I trade. You know, I'll trade. And so I
You
bought
will barter.
I bought him a burger, and he gave me a sweatshirt. So it worked out great.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so that's Adair County baseball. Let's talk a little Adair County softball. 3-4 on the season. Give us an update on what's going on with softball.
I don't know a whole lot. Just going with the KHSAA is it looks like this week they had a 16-0 win and then a 17-9 loss. So kind of a reversal on those 2 days. I know the 16-0 win. We had that one on the radio on Monday, and just kind of looking at some stats so far in the season. Looks like Hannah West is hitting over 500 on the season. She is 13 of 24 so far, scored a team high 10 runs, got a team high 10 RBIs, so she's having a great start to the season there. Also, 3 other players over 400 with Shelby Riley, Abby Curry, and Jade Wagner also having some good offensive season. On the pitching mound or pitching circle, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Looks like
Inside it.
there you go. Inside the circle, Jade Wagner. Lady Indians throwing 3 pitchers this year. It looks like Ellie Cheatham started 2 games, Jade Wagner started 2 games, and Haley Burton started 3 games. So kind of splitting it up, and it looks like Jade Wagner has a 2.27 ERA. Hallie's over a 5 ERA, and Ellie's a little higher on her ERA. But you all know it's too. You hate to say that. Well, Ellie's got a higher ERA than the other 2, but you don't know who she's pitched against too. She might have pitched against the better teams and things like that. So it's kind of hard there to judge. But it looks like they have a couple games coming up tomorrow and then Friday. Nelson at home, and then Hart County on the road, and then they're off all the way through spring break week. Don't have a game. Don't play again until April 10th. So it'd be nice to get these last 2 games before spring break and try to get a couple wins before they have some off time.
So softball plays Nelson County tomorrow night at home, 6:30, and then they're on the road on Friday at Hart, pending weather. And man, I'm hearing we're supposed to get some rain.
Yeah.
From what I
And some
understand.
wind.
And some wind. But we're used to that these days.
Is it me, or has it been just overly windy this
I think so.
late winter, early spring, whatever it
I
is?
think
It's been
so.
very windy.
The weather's been interesting, to say the least. And it's not just here; it's everywhere. I mean, boy, down south got hammered.
California's having all the floods, and it's just.
Snow. Goodness gracious, how much snow!
I can't believe that picture I saw of the San Diego Zoo with all the animals running around in the snow.
Yeah,
Like
crazy.
elephants in snow, like they've never seen it before.
Yeah.
They probably have.
Probably
The
haven't.
storm was really hard on a lot of people around here, and then devastation down Mississippi.
No doubt.
south.
And they're supposed to get hit again. So prayers to them. All right, we're going to step away for a couple minutes. We're going to visit our sponsors. When we come back, we'll talk a little Lindsey Wilson athletics. This is the JNS Auto Sales Sports Talk Live and Local.
Hi, this is Kylie McCovens. I'm a Greene County High School graduate and a Lindsey Wilson College student. I'm well on my way to earning my degree in Human Services and Counseling. At LWC, I've met new people, had the opportunity to become involved on campus, and I've loved being a part of campus ministry. Visit today and you will want to make Lindsey Wilson College your new home too. Call the admissions office at 270-384-8100 or email us at admissions@lindsey.edu.
JNS Auto Sales presents Sports Talk Live and Local, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Central on CBS Sports Radio, 1270 AM and 101.9 FM WAIN. Also online at 1019WAIN.com. Join Scott Bennett and Chris Wells along with special guests as we talk local sports, Adair County, Lindsey Wilson College, and more. State sports, UK athletics, and others. JNS Auto Sales presents Sports Talk Live and Local on CBS Sports Radio.
Let JNS Auto Sales show you how easy it is to buy a quality used car in Columbia. They believe in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Their friendly and knowledgeable sales staff is here to help you find the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. Shop their virtual showroom of used cars, trucks, and SUVs online at jnsautosales.ky.org. JNS Auto Sales, here to help you find that perfect car you deserve, priced to fit your budget.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery, whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries. Our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Hi, this is Kylie McCovens. I'm a Greene County High School graduate and a Lindsey Wilson College student. I'm well on my way to earning my degree in Human Services and Counseling. At LWC, I've met new people, had the opportunity to become involved on campus, and I've loved being a part of campus ministry. Visit today and you will want to make Lindsey Wilson College your new home too. Call the admissions office at 270-384-8100 or email us at admissions@lindsey.edu.
This is Matt Loy with United Citizens Bank. Although I'm very proud of all the products and services we offer, the best thing we have to offer is good, old-fashioned customer service. It may seem like banking is moving to smartphones and computers, and while we can do that too, we don't think anything can replace a firm handshake and your confidence in our word. When you think personal service and customer-first banking, think UCB. United Citizens Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
WAIN regularly conducts contests and giveaways on air. Please be advised of the following rules. No purchase necessary. Contests are open to all persons except for broadcasting and their affiliated radio stations, Fork employees and their immediate families. Event sponsors, prize providers, or advertisers and their respective immediate families are not eligible to win. Participants can only win one contest prize per person every 30 days. For prizes valued at over $150, only one prize per household every 90 days. Winners must appear in person with proper positive legal identification. Claim any prize Monday through Friday, excluding holidays, within 30 days, so the prize will be forfeited. Prizes will not be mailed or delivered. Any winner under the age of 18 must be accompanied by a parent or legal guardian. No trade or cash equivalent will be awarded for any contest prize. Any person or persons found to be in violation of these contest rules before, during, or after the respective contest or giveaway will be disqualified and will not be eligible for future contests and giveaways.
Welcome back to JNS Auto Sales Sports Talk live and local. Our sponsors, United Citizens Bank, Lindsey Wilson College, TJ Regional Health. Our title sponsors, JNS Auto Sales. Lindsey Wilson, full spring sports going on right now. Baseball's taking a tough. They're having a tough afternoon. Let's just put it like that. They're up at IU Southeast in New Albany, just above Louisville, across the river. They're down 13-0 in the fourth inning right now. Gave up a 9 spot in the third inning. These midweek games, guys, it is. You talk about pitching. You're throwing. I can't tell you how many midweek games I see that are double digits versus double digits. I mean, it's just so often. Because at this point in time, at this juncture in the season, you're throwing your 1, 2, and 3 because in the conference play it is a 3-game series. They're throwing their 1, 2, and 3s, and then you're probably using your top 2 or 3 other guys for conference series because they're so important. Gosh, these midweek games can get brutal at times, and we've had some where I've sat and scored those games, called those games, and it's 17-14. You're thinking it's a couple football scores. So
Top of the third.
Top of the third. That's exactly right. Baseball team 14-12 on the season. They're hosting Campbellsville this weekend in a 3-game series in the Mid-South Conference Series. It's because of the rain and the weather, they're doing a doubleheader on Thursday, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. The first game will be a 7-inning game, and then the second game will be a 9-inning game. And then they'll conclude the weekend series on Sunday at noon with a 9-inning game, and that's out at Egnew. That's Lindsey Wilson and IU Southeast. Softball split a couple of games yesterday against Asbury. They're 12-14 on the season. They're on the road this weekend down in McKenzie, Tennessee at Bethel. It's been an up and down season for softball. They've had some good games, some good wins, and then they've had some kind of head scratching losses. And it's a very youthful team that just trying to find itself more than anything else. It's a team that's not used to losing, I can tell you like that. There's been back-to-back years where Lindsey Wilson softball hasn't lost 14 games in 2 years, let alone one midway through the season. But they're 12-14 now, and they're on the road at Bethel this weekend. Men's golf team ranks 2nd in the country. We've talked about this, John, how good some of the scores are that they've put up recently. The men's golf team is at the Mid-South Conference Spring Tournament. They're down at Bear Trace down in Crossville, Tennessee on Monday and Tuesday for that tournament. They won the fall tournament, so they lead the regular season standing. You ever played Bear Trace?
I have not.
there's some good golf courses down in Crossville area. Bear Trace is one of them. It's a good track, and we'll be interested to see how that plays out. The Lindsey Wilson will be the heavy favorite over that 2-day tournament, 54-hole tournament. But you never know what might happen when you play conference. Women's golf team finished 13th at the Loaded Music City Classic. Have you ever played the Hermitage?
No, but I've been there.
Let me tell you something. I have played the Hermitage. When I coached women's golf, we used to take a trip down to Nashville and play at the Hermitage. They have two 18-hole golf courses, so a 36-hole a venue, and man, it's just amazing. It's set up so well, and it's usually in such good condition. They had so many good teams, so many ranked teams this past weekend. Lindsey Wilson went in there without one of their top 4 golfers. She didn't get to play, and it really kind of hurt them a bit. They finished 13th in that tournament against a really, really good field. Men's and women's tennis, they continue their winning ways. Now, couple of games and 3 games above 500. The men's tennis team's 8-5 on the season, ranked 15th in the country. They'll host Thomas More and Shawnee State on Thursday and Saturday. Women's tennis team 7-5. They're ranked 13th in the country, and they'll do the same. They'll host Thomas More and Shawnee State on this week, Thursday and Saturday. And the men's track team finished first at the Berea Invitational over the weekend. A couple of standouts. Austin Campbell had a good finish. He finished with a B standard in the shot put, throwing at 15.3 meters. I don't really know how far that is, but I do know the shot put's kind of heavy. So it's probably pretty good.
15 meters is a long way. Very close to a yardstick.
And the disc, he threw that 45.84 meters. That was a personal best for him. That earned him the Mid-South Conference Field Athlete of the Week. Eddie Van Wyck is the Mid-South Conference Track Athlete of the Week. He finished first in the 100 and 200. Scott, these are probably some numbers that you produced when you were in high school. He ran the 100 meters in 10.1 seconds.
You say 10 meters in 10.1 seconds?
No.
100
meters.
I didn't quite get that.
100 meters in 10.1 seconds. I couldn't get in my car in 10.1 seconds. I'm serious. I mean, 10.1 seconds, 100 meters?
Oh, I know.
That's getting it.
That is. That's getting it.
And then he did the 200 meters in 20.9.
So that's, he didn't really drop off.
No.
Barely.
No. Both those are A standards. And the way this works is they have A standards, which basically they start the season. NAI puts out a document that says, all right, for you to be eligible for the national tournament, you have to meet this mark, which is called an A standard. And then they have a B standard, which says, well, it's a provisional. If we don't have enough A's, we'll go into the B's. And usually they don't. So if you make an A and a B standard, you're usually going to go to nationals. And so that's how they qualify throughout the year. It's not like basketball, you go to the conference championship, and if you win something,
So he's qualified.
He's qualified. He will be in the 100 meters and the 200 meters at nationals at the end of the year.
So do you just go into training mode? I know he'll still probably run, but will he go into more training mode because he knows he's there and can just work on some things?
I think so, but I think also he can improve that time. It'll get him up the ladder, and there's something about Austin probably could tell us a little bit more than I could even do that. The higher you get, basically they have a leaderboard throughout the entire NAI, and the higher you get, the better.
Lane assignments?
I don't know if it could be lane assignments. That could be part of it. But anyway, I know that it matters to keep trying to shave some time. But he has qualified, and he was the track and field track athlete of the week this past week. Both those guys led the men's team to a first place finish. The women finished third at Berea as well. That's all the spring sports that are going on. Spring football going on right now. I know we didn't talk about spring football with Adair County a few minutes ago.
Middle of April.
I know that it's after spring break, right? spring break, spring football going on right now for Coach Kleckler. I got to talk to him today. He's real happy with his recruiting class, real happy with how things are going. This is an important time, and for everybody to kind of get on the same page. Those guys who didn't play in the fall because they were, sitting out a year or redshirting, whatever you want to call it. It's not really redshirting at the NAI level. It's just they're just sitting out a year. But those guys are now working with the ones and the twos, and it's an important time, Scott, to, I guess, get prepared for next year. Really, the high school and college level.
Oh, yeah. Hayden, I've never been around high school spring practice. Hayden's always played baseball, and he's obviously not this year. So I'm anxious to go out there and watch them. I don't know what all they do. I mean, I've watched some. I watched a Lindsay spring practice of it's probably 8 or 9 years ago now. It's been a long time. And I've been to a UK spring practice before, and it's pretty neat because a lot of times they go best on best on things because they don't have to worry about injuries as much. They're still cautious about things, but like when regular football season starts, you never see best versus best. I mean, you got a scout team that's you talking about those first year players. That's your scout team pretty much. A lot of those are, and so you get to see some good battles in the spring, and it's a good time to kind of see where. It's a good measuring stick for the players and coaches both to kind of see where they're at.
One of the things that's on LWC Football's Twitter handle right now, and you can go to @LWC_football. LJ Bowman, Luke Bowman, who was All-American Defensive Player of the Year in the Mid-South Conference this past year, he participated in a pro day down at Western Kentucky today.
Awesome.
And so there was I was talking to Coach Kleck a little bit about that earlier as well. He said it was legit. He said, I think he mentioned, there was a Pittsburgh Steelers defensive coach there. He said there was, I think he told me 16 or 17 teams there at the pro day, and it was really cool that LJ got to go out and participate in that. But there's some, we sent one of our interns from our sports information office down to Bowling Green with Coach Kleckler today and with Luke, and got to see, they put something out on social media. They did like a little photo thing for the day. So it's kind of neat. You can go on to their Twitter handle and see that. But good luck to Luke as he.
I'm glad to share that. That's very neat. Very neat.
Yeah, really cool.
Now, where is quarterback?
Played the Arena League.
Yeah,
Cameron Dukes?
Yeah, where's Cameron at now?
So Cameron has signed with the Toronto Argonauts.
Awesome.
He has signed with the Canadian Football League.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I telling you right? Is it? Let me hang on just a minute. Oh, update for baseball is 13-3 now. I want to make sure that I'm telling you correctly. He did sign a pro contract with the Canadian Football League, and Vegas has started the Nighthawks, so obviously he's going to stay with going to the CFL, which is another step in the right direction for what he wants to do. But obviously he'll compete for a job. He has signed a contract. That doesn't necessarily mean that he'll make the club. It's just they'll have training camp and all that good stuff as well. But it's cool. It was really, really awesome to see. And I know he worked really hard, and he had a fantastic year at Vegas. I know he's excited about the opportunity, and we're following it as much as we possibly can. We want to make sure that to let all of our fans out there know. And I know you can log on to the football Twitter page too, and they'll talk about all the things that he's accomplished. I can't believe how long it's taken my phone to load here.
While you're loading there, John, quick trivia question: what's the championship of the Canadian Football League called? It's not the Super Bowl. What is it?
I used to know that. I'll come back to that.
It's not pink,
No.
and it's not red. Come on, John, you know this.
What color cup is it?
The gold.
No.
The gold cup. No.
What's my son's name? Does he know my son's name? That's the question. You're gonna hurt my son's feelings, so you don't know his name. Well, my phone's not loading as of right now, but I'll update that.
This guy.
Grey Cup.
It's a Grey Cup.
Gray.
Yeah. Grey Cup. All right, that's going to do my Lindsey Wilson report, and we'll update exactly where Cameron's side if my photo ever load. We'll go to commercial and do that. We'll talk about that when we come back. I gotta give John some a pat on the back when we come back. He doesn't even know why I'm going to give him a pat on the back, but I'm gonna give him that pat on the back, and then we're going to talk McDonald's game. Plus MLB starts tomorrow. We got to talk a little Cubs and the Reds.
I watched the McDonald's game last night.
Yeah, I watched.
Along with some NIT.
Yeah. We'll be back in a minute. This is the JNS Auto Sales Sports Talk Live and Local.
Class of 2023, congratulations from all of us at Fork Broadcasting and from First and Farmers National Bank. Honor and salute your senior by submitting your graduate's photo to be featured on 93.5 WAIN's online Senior Salute Grad Book, a digital tribute to the graduating class of 2023. 93.5 WAIN and First and Farmers National Bank want to help celebrate your graduates. Submit a photo of your graduate to be included in this special digital salute to our seniors.
Photo submission information. Only vertical photos will be accepted. Please limit photo captions to 11 words max. Anything longer may be cut off. Must be at least 18 years of age and legally allowed to submit photo of graduating student.
All of this information and more is available on our website, 935wain.com. Class of 2023, you made it. Congratulations from all of us, Fork Broadcasting and First and Farmers National Bank.
Let J&S Auto Sales show you how easy it is to buy a quality used car in Columbia. They believe in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Their friendly and knowledgeable sales staff is here to help you find the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. Shop their virtual showroom of used cars, trucks, and SUVs online at jnsautosales.ky.org. J&S Auto Sales, here to help you find that perfect car you deserve, priced to fit your budget.
Have you injured yourself playing a sport or exercising? Sports medicine experts at TJ Regional Health are trained to get you back on the road to recovery, whether you're dealing with sprains, fractures, knee and shoulder injuries, or other common injuries. Our goal is to prevent illness and injury in active individuals of all ages and help prevent future problems to maximize your performance. Find out more at tjregionalhealth.org/rehab. Patients first, team always. TJ Rehabilitation Services.
Hi, this is Kylie McCovens. I'm a Greene County High School graduate and a Lindsey Wilson College student. I'm well on my way to earning my degree in Human Services and Counseling. At LWC, I've met new people, had the opportunity to become involved on campus, and I've loved being a part of campus ministry. Visit today and you will want to make Lindsey Wilson College your new home too. Call the admissions office at 270-384-8100 or email us at admissions@lindsey.edu.
This is Matt Loy with United Citizens Bank. Although I'm very proud of all the products and services we offer, the best thing we have to offer is good, old-fashioned customer service. It may seem like banking is moving to smartphones and computers, and while we can do that too, we don't think anything can replace a firm handshake and your confidence in our word. When you think personal service and customer-first banking, think UCB. United Citizens Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
This is the Reds Radio Network.
The Reds are on the radio.
Oh, baby, did he get that one? My goodness. 3-2 Reds. Show me the money, son. Woo. Hi, this is the Cowboy Jeff Brantley.
Hey, this is Tommy Throg. This is Reds Country, Cincinnati Reds Baseball on CBS Sports Radio, 101.9 FM and 1270 AM, WAIN.
Label.
The Reds are on the radio.
Smart home technology has something for everyone, and a fast, reliable internet connection from Duo Broadband is essential to any smart home. Duo offers fiber internet speeds up to 1 gig with mesh-capable Wi-Fi to cover every corner of your smart home. Get free installation, free first month, plus a GigaSpire Blast router and mesh extender, free for 3 months when you sign up for 500 meg or higher internet. Stop by, call or visit duobroadband.com for details.
Welcome back to JNS Auto Sales Sports Talk Live and Local. Our sponsors, Lindsey Wilson College, United Citizens Bank, TJ Regional Health, JNS Auto Sales. It was Toronto Argonauts. I should not doubt myself. Let's talk UK first with basketball. McDonald's All-American game was last night. UK had 3 of the top 4 players in that game, and DJ Wagner, Justin Edwards, Aaron Bradshaw. Wagner was co-MVP of the game. Really kind of led the East back after they were down pretty big, significantly, especially in the first quarter. He ended up scoring all 19 of his points in the second half to help them to a 3-point win. Reed Shepherd also in that game as well. He didn't play as many minutes, only got 13 minutes last night in that game. But you said you watched some of it, John. It was a good game. It was one of the better McDonald's, and I didn't get to watch all of it, but it was one of the better McDonald's All-American games that I've seen in a while.
I think it was more than a scrimmage. I mean, they were actually competing on defense a little bit. Your thoughts, Chris, of Reed Shepherd, what you saw last night? Of course, and I'll give you my thoughts.
Well, if you blinked, then you may not have seen him get to play. So I'll just say that. I know that the day before, I think they had the 3-point shooting contest, and he finished second. Is that right?
Sounds right.
I think that's right. I was impressed that he went into the lane on one of his baskets. He didn't look. I don't think he really looked to shoot, but again, he was only out there for 13 minutes. There was one play where he scored
2 baskets.
Yeah, he had 2 baskets. He ended up with 4 points. There was one play where he scored in the lane and came down and was on defense and just got absolutely whipped on defense.
I saw that.
So, I don't really know what to think about it.
And that was a terrible matchup. I mean, that little point guard for the East was quick.
I would not compare him. I think it's unfair to compare him to anyone. I don't think it's certainly not fair, and it's easy to compare him with CJ Frederick. I think he's a much better version of CJ Frederick.
A couple of people that I respect a lot that understand and know the game said he's very athletic, can dunk on you anyway. But they also say he's a system guard. In other words, help me, the kid that played for Jay Wright at Villanova, the guard at Archie Diacono.
Yeah,
he's an Archie Diacono as far as
I'll take it.
knock down open shots. Yeah. He's a coach on the floor. He gets you in the offense.
I think he can have a massive year if Cal plays him. If he can guard, that's a big if. With all this talent that's around him. And I think Cal's going to play. I think he's going to absolutely just throw freshmen out there. That's what he's going to throw out there.
It depends on what Reeves does,
Here was
too.
the second part of my question. Does Cal have a system? I mean, if he's a system-type guard, and do we have a system? I mean, we spread out, screen and roll. Is he going to thrive? Or is he going to thrive in coming off reading a curl, fading, coming off, because we don't run many screens as far as away from the ball.
Except that one play where they run back and forth like a chicken with their head cut off.
So anyway, but I didn't really get to see him a whole lot in high school.
Very impressed with Wagner. Very, very impressed. He's got that it about him.
He does.
He's got it.
There's no doubt about it.
And he's got the what I always said, the John Wall it, the Brandon Knight it. As a lead guard, like you said it a while ago, it's an all-star game, but I like his demeanor, and I really like Bradshaw.
I
thought Bradshaw was great. I just hope you'll go back to system, things like that. He's not going to be one of these block to the basket or back to the basket on the block. He needs to. Yeah. He's a.
If we receive any news, he's coming back.
Now, I mean, the only person that we know that's not coming back right now is Wheeler. Wheeler's in the transfer portal, and so that's which everybody knew that. I think the only thing that's been said really is there's a lot of people out there that think Reeves is coming back and that he would be the only one.
Yep.
I think Livingston's gone, which I didn't think that last week.
Yeah, and I believe it's more of
who's coming in?
Handlers.
Oh, could be.
I think he's ready for the NBA.
Well, I don't think he is.
No.
But
and they want him to be a small forward, and he's just not. He's got to improve greatly to be a small forward in the NBA.
He's got to improve his shot. There's no doubt about it.
I've read that Collins is probably going to transfer, but it's because of family reasons. Of course, his dad passed away,
and you can't blame
him for that.
That's right.
You'll see him go, and Frederick is still in the air. I think they said Frederick's basically took a sabbatical, get away from everybody, and just make a decision. And
I don't see Frederick coming back and playing behind all the guards that are coming in. So I would be surprised if he comes back. I think if you told me that there was one coming back, I would say it's Reeves. If you told me that there's either two or none coming back, I would say none's coming back. I don't think there will be a second player. That's just my opinion.
That played like the big kid. The big kid was a freshman. He'll be back. I'm pretty sure he'll be back.
Absolutely. And Lance Ware. I think Lance Ware's coming back.
Oh yeah.
I think Lance Ware will come back. I mean, there will be guys back, but I think of the main guys that played. I think I can never think of his name.
There you go.
Yeah. I think he'll be back.
And I'm excited about him. I think he shows flashes.
He does.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He is not Dwayne Wade, but he reminds me just his build so much of Dwayne Wade. Just the way he runs and everything just looks just like him.
Yeah.
And that'd be a nice goal to have to play like that.
Well, you can see why. Just watching that game last night, you can see why UK fans and Cal was excited about this class because it's good.
I hadn't kept up. I didn't realize Justin Edwards was left-handed until I saw him shoot.
Yeah,
I suppose he's left-handed. He shot a three-pointer left-handed and made it.
That's right. Yeah. So that's kind of what's going on with UK as far as basketball goes. My pat on the back to John. John last week. I'm sure you do. John was telling us last week that Florida Atlantic was for real. He said they were going to beat Tennessee. I think I said you're nuts, and that was wrong of me. First off, it was impolite, so I apologize for that. Number two, I bow to your superior knowledge when it comes to college basketball, but I could get you at the NAI level. But Florida Atlantic was most certainly for real, and they're in the Final Four, and it's the most obscure Final Four in the history of the game.
So is that
true or false?
Either San Diego State or Florida Atlantic's going to be in the championship game.
And it's just beyond bizarre.
Yeah. Well, two 5s of 4 to 9. It is crazy in the Final Four.
Will it be and here's the thing that I've always said about the NCAA tournament, which is just magical. It's awesome. You love to see all these upsets. But when it comes to the Final Four, I don't want to watch Florida Atlantic, San Diego State. I'm sorry, I just don't. I want to see Blue Bloods in the Final Four.
Chris,
I just do.
You mentioned a while ago Cal's going to throw out there freshman. Interesting stat in the Elite Eight. I'm sure you saw it.
I know where you're going.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah.
8 teams times 5 starters. That's 40 guys. 40 starters in the Elite Eight. 1 freshman. 16 seniors, 19 came from the portal.
Yep.
I believe that's right. It was top heavy on that end. But 1 freshman, I find that hard to believe. I mean,
and that's what worries me about UK bringing this class in. I mean, it's not the same as it was back in the 2010s, 11s, 12s when I was in 12 when they won the national championship. They still had a little bit of veterans, but their main players are freshmen. Basketball's changed a little bit on that.
It has, but here's what I'll say, and I got sick and tired of hearing the two hot terms during this tournament has been COVID and transfer portal, and the transfer portal is here to stay.
Unders.
Yeah, but this should have been the last year where we even talked about COVID. And I think all those that have had a 5th and sometimes 6th year, they're going to be flushed out of the system. And now you're going to get the transfer portal, and it's going to continue to be something. I think it's going to. I could see if these freshmen are as good as I think they are, I can see this team making a deep run next year. I really can, even against the transfer portal. And there's nothing to say that Cal won't go try to find 1 or 2 in the transfer. He's crazy if he doesn't.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just in awe of some of the bodies that I'm seeing in the Final Four.
Yep.
You know, I think of a Sonogo for UConn.
He's a unit.
He
is.
He's playing the wrong sport.
Yeah.
I think
Can
of
you
the-
imagine him as tight end, outside defensive end?
That's right.
Those guards for San Diego State, I mean, they're so big and strong.
Yeah.
I mean, I look for that to be a very low-scoring game because San Diego State, they hold everybody.
They can defend.
They play an ugly
Florida
game.
Atlantic defends. I didn't think Florida Atlantic had as many shooters as they've got. I thought they had a lot of slashers, but they've got more shooters than I because they hadn't been on TV a whole lot.
That big man's impressed me.
Hey, and got Conference USA in the finals of the NIT.
So listen to this.
Finals of the NIT and in the Final Four.
Listen to this. I saw this on Twitter today. That's what I was looking at. Those people who were looking at me on YouTube or watch it later, I was not ignoring my guys here. I was looking for a tweet that I saw earlier today, so I'm going to have to go off the top of my head with it. Someone tweeted, and I don't know who it was, and I can't find it, that the Conference USA is going to have an NIT champion. They have the CBI champion, and they are 2 wins away from having the NCAA champion. And because in the NIT, it's 2 Conference USA. So you got the CBI winner who was Charlotte. You got UAB in North Texas, right? And you got Florida Atlantic. All 4 are in the Conference USA, and all 4 are leaving Conference USA going to CAA next year.
Going to CAA.
Is it CAA or is it? No, it's AAC, right?
American
Athletic Conference.
Oh, where all those teams are going to the Big 12.
Right, that's right.
I did not realize
So
that.
all 4 schools. So the Conference USA can't even brag about it. I mean, how pathetic is that? If I'm their SID right now, I'm going, we're the greatest conference basketball. You know, we got this champion, and I can't even do it because they're all leaving.
I didn't know they were all leaving.
UAB, I don't know if y'all followed UAB, but that Jelly Walker, he's unbelievable. I mean, he's unbelievable. 5'11", he's just unguardable. They won an overtime game against Utah Valley last night. Great ball game on TV.
Yeah. So anyway, I just that tweet was magical to me. I was just like, that's fantastic. Florida Atlantic plays San Diego State, Miami, UConn. Who you got in those 2 games?
I know everybody's heavy on UConn, but I love Larranaga's team. I just think their guards are so skilled.
Good.
I think it's going to be a bad matchup for Miami though, because I think UConn's just as athletic. But give me Miami in an upset there, and I'm gonna ride with my boys from Florida Atlantic in the other game.
So an all Florida final, huh?
I'm gonna say an all Florida final for me.
Who's going to win it?
I'm gonna take Miami.
Okay.
I think Miami
What you got?
can win it.
My head says UConn. My heart says anybody but UConn.
Kemba Walker?
That's the thing about UConn. Can those guards keep on shooting like they're doing? Because if they are, they're going to be impossible to beat.
And can Danny Hurley stay calm?
Yeah,
guys, he's done it. He's done it so far, but
he's done it because he's been up 20 points in every game. Wait till he gets a close game.
He's known to blow an absolute gasket. he is, and I'm waiting for it to happen.
I could coach those teams up 15 or 18 points a game.
The bad part about it was, Kennesaw State had UConn down by how many in the first half?
Yeah.
They should have got beat the first game.
Yeah.
And they come out and just lit the world on fire that second half, ended up winning by 20, but they were down like 14 or 15 in that very first game. But I just was not sold on them. I see all the talking heads before the tournament, UConn, and they were right. I mean,
And I tell you why I like Miami. I like their big guy, and I know he's unheralded. He don't get all the media attention, but Omier, he was Conference Player of the Year wherever Arkansas State, whatever conference that is.
That may be Sunbelt.
I remember he played at Arkansas State last year, and he was a big-time player, and he's just what Miami needs. He's a big body in there. He moves good. He's got good touch around the basket. But there was actually a buddy of mine said that there was rumor that Kentucky was going after him out of the portal. And some fans really got on there and had a negative connotation, and it kind of, I'm thinking the fans wouldn't have steered Calipari away, but he seemed to think.
Might have steered the kid away.
Yeah, and so, but anyway, I like Omier. I like their post guy, Wong and Pack at the guard spot, and then they got Miller. Miller the other day was 8 for 8 from the field, 12 for 12 from the line. He never missed a shot.
They compared it to the Leitner game.
Yeah. Leitner 10 for 10, and 10 for 10.
Yeah.
So, and we can't go without talking about the girl from Iowa.
That's unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Is she the best you've ever? Over 50% from over 25 feet.
She's good.
Even Steph Curry commented on it.
You get a 40-point triple-double in college. I mean, that's a 40-minute game. I mean, that's over a point a minute.
So we talked about this last week about the Louisville, Texas handshake line when they were talking trash to one another. It's on Twitter where Caitlin Clark from Iowa and the girl from Van Lit was trash talking her, and you could read her lips, and she said, "You're down 15. Shut up."
Clark tells Van Lit.
It was so awesome.
Yeah, they're supposed to be friends. I guess they probably are, but.
Well, I like UConn. I like San Diego State. No, I got UConn beating San Diego State in the finals. But
I read the article today. They're having a lot of trouble
selling tickets.
They said it's awful.
Well, it's a massive arena. Number one,
they need to get away from that. I understand they try to get a lot of people in there, but there's no atmosphere at all.
Well, they're not. This was the wrong Final Four to try to sell a lot of tickets. Yeah. So no doubt about that. Real quick, UK baseball ranked 16th, is 22-3 on the year. They took 2 out of 3 against Alabama. They play at number 25 Missouri this weekend. U of L baseball, number 11 in the country. They're 20-4. They'll play North Carolina State. UK softball, 16th in the country. They're 27-1. And U of L softball 22-9. So baseball, softball being successful at Division I level in state.
So where UK about dropped their first 18-19 game. Well, 18 out of 19, they lost 1 to Alabama. Western about got them last night.
A grand slam.
A transfer from Western to UK hit a grand slam against Western to win it.
Yep, there you go. Wow. Major League Baseball starts tomorrow. Your Reds are hosting Pittsburgh. My Cubs against Milwaukee. Either one of those teams going to have a good year?
Cubs, man. I know the Reds won't. I know that. I don't know what the Cubs have. I've done read and watched as little about Major League Baseball this winter than any. I used to love watching Major League Baseball Network or MLB Network in the winter for what they call it, the Hot Stove League, or whatever they call it, to keep up stuff.
Hey, and we can't go without signing off. Kenny Payne's got a couple guys signed.
Yep.
He needed it.
He needed it.
Well, one guy out of the portal too, right? A couple freshmen, a guy out of the portal.
Yep. The big talk today on KSR's where Wheeler will go, and Matt Jones said if he goes where I think he's going to go, it's going to be. Is he leaning Louisville?
He might. It wouldn't surprise me.
Could you imagine that?
It would not surprise me. Hey, 26 minutes saved on the in spring training games because of the pitch clock. That's going to be interesting to see. I'm looking forward to seeing what the pitch clock will do to Major League Baseball.
I'm anxious to see.
I mean, saving 26 minutes. That's huge. Yeah. Now it's spring training. I get it, but still, that's pretty significant.
Oh yeah.
That's going to do our show for this week. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Thanks to our sponsors, United Citizens Bank, TJ Regional Health, Lindsey Wilson College, our title sponsor, JNS Auto Sales. For John Shelley, Scott Bennett, Austin Armstrong, Hayden Bennett, I'm Chris Wells. This has been JNS Auto Sales Sports Talk Live and Local.
Nationwide on CBS Sports Radio. This is the Zach Gelb Show.
Hi, Zach Gelb Show, coast to coast on CBS Sports Radio. Let's hear from Jerry Jones. He says Dak Prescott needs to be healthy. Listen up.
What we're trying to do is make Dak more available, which if you look at the last 3 years, he needs to be more available. And for everything we're doing and feel good about in this offensive line should make him more available.
And let's also hear Mike McCarthy, who emphasizes that Dak Prescott needs to play a full season.
We'll be different in some things, but it'll be about protecting him better, because, my goal is for Dak to play 20 games next year. And if he plays 20 games next year, obviously we'll be right where we want to be.
Now, 20 games for Dak Prescott next year. That's kind of comical. Because I get it, you're the coach, and you're going to say, all right, you have the 17 regular season games, and then you have a bye, and then you have the 3 games, and you win the division round, the NFC title game, and the Super Bowl. Like, what world, though, do we live in, Hickey? And that's not even my biggest takeaway from that. I'll get to my biggest takeaway in a second. And what else are you going to say? I get it when you're the coach of the football team. But this idea that the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl this year, like, can we just stop there? I know you should dream big. I know you should think big. But how about you find a way to not embarrass yourself in back-to-back years in the postseason? You practically threw a parade because you beat the pathetic Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it was party